Does it looks like I chartered a train? This has been our new normal for almost a year now. Most of the time when you travel, there's at least 2 or 3 of you in a train like this. Since the pandemic, our travel industry changed drastically. That goes the same with our travel lifestyle. As an expat, it stops us from being able to visit our home or our families. But thanks to our modern technologies, at least we still can virtually see each other. The worst of all though is for people like me who works most of their professional life in aviation industry. We are hit big time. As I'm heading to the airport, I am hoping and praying so hard that the situation already improves. I mean, more flights, more people, that kind of situation. I don't know what to expect, or maybe the right word for it is I'm in denial that even after 1 year, the situation still stays the same. We are still lucky here in Japan because we have not been forcefully put into lockdown.
Will soon be arriving at Kansai Airport Terminal. Station number S47. Thank you very much for using JRs.
Here in Japan, March of 2020, where most of the flights were cancelled and eventually stops all tourist flights coming in. Japan's domestic flights though have never been stopped, but of course the passengers traffic went down. Welcome to Kansai. Hi, I'm Donna. Welcome back to my channel. We are in Kansai International Airport today. As you can see, it's very quiet. This is very surreal. This is used to be a very busy area. It looks like this now. Most of the flights here are all domestic flights. So I'm headed to Tokyo today. I just thought of showing you how the Kansai International Airport looks like now. One of the busiest airports in Asia turns out to be for almost a year now. Most people that are walking behind me are probably just working here. Most of the flights are domestic flights. This ticketing area used to be mayhem before, but now it's empty. I'm headed to Tokyo. I am going away with my husband. He's going there for work. I started working here early 2020 and it's not even a month that the lockdown comes in. Basically, we've seen how busy this area is and now I've seen how quiet it is. It's already been more than a year. We don't know until when the situation will last. You know, this vlog is very close to my heart because most of my professional career is working in an aviation industry. And I'd like to take this opportunity as well to say something to my fellow aviation industry worker that this has been taking so long, just like you. I can't wait to get back to work. We're missing the airport so much and we're missing the world so much. You know, if you are an operation person working in an airport or in an airline, it's really different from any other industry. Hang in there. These too shall pass. I hope just like me, you are still holding on and hoping that anytime soon we will be back kicking ass in the airport. Now I'm making this vlog as a guide as well. If you've never been to Kansai International Airport, when you arrive at the airport and you wanted to go to the city, this is the concourse, or this is where you purchase your train ticket to go to the city. So there's 2 lines here. That is the Nankai line and the JR line. These are the ticketing machines for both of the trains. I'll show you behind here is the entrance to the train station. So that is the ticketing machines that I am talking about. And if you are going to buy your tourist pass or rail pass, it's just right there. And that's the JR line. And then this is the non-car line. Basically, two different train companies that goes to the city. This is Terminal 1 here. It's both serves domestic and international flight. I'm taking you along with me in Tokyo. I'll try to take a footage inside the departure area if it is allowed, and I'll see you there. We've entered the departure area. This is very quiet. This is the arrivals here, international arrivals, because there's no flight. All of the shops are closed, shut down, and it's the same here. Domestic arrival, there are few people, it's domestic flights operating, and they have this now, sanitizer, so we'll have to do this. ANA flight domestically, so they are open, but of course there's no passenger. And here as well, there is no people. I will be waiting for my husband here. Later, I'll take you on the third floor. That's where the international departure is. We'll see if maybe there is a Japanese carrier that actually fly to take the Japanese people from outside the country. So I'm not so sure about that. See you later. We are heading to the shops area. This is on the third floor after the domestic check-in area. Now we are going to the international. I think there are flights. There are a few flights, domestic and international. There's 8 flights. That's not bad. So let me take you to the international departure. Let me take you to the international check-in area. This is it here. Departure area for international. There is actually a flight. There's a few people, but let me go through with you with the whole departure area. Check-in A up to check-in H, and there is one flight here. I'm not sure which airline is this. Oh, that is Emirates going to Dubai. So I suppose all these people here are going to Dubai, because this has no airline check-in information, so means there's no flight in there. This one going to Paris, Air France at 11:50, but it's really very quiet. I've quickly realized though that these flights only carry passengers on business, residents, and citizens of that country. Just like how it was after the lockdown, nothing's changed. As far as my knowledge, as for the filming of this video, all international flights that departs from Kansai Airport doesn't accept tourists. So we're almost at the end, and it's obviously empty. Most of the people that you can see sitting around here may be joining the Dubai flight that is in row B. All the shops here are closed. This is like their duty-free shopping area. This is the public area on the departure side. It's all closed. This is the shopping area on the public side. From here up to the end, it's closed, but there are securities that's reading all the time. Arigato. This is the departure area for domestic flights. There are a few people. So we are in a departure area now. Why I am whispering? Because it's very quiet. Ganda. We are inside the departure area now in domestic terminal. Well, the domestic terminal and international terminal are one of the same, but this is the domestic area. It's quite empty behind me, and I'm going to show you right in front. There are a few people, and I tell you that it is very, very quiet. Shops are closed. There's no restaurant or coffee shop or anything like that that is open inside the departure area. So yeah, we're just waiting for our flight, and I'll get back to you. This is like flying a red-eye flight, but it's only 8 o'clock in the evening, and you can see we're the only flight departing at this time, so it's very quiet. We are already boarding, and they are just announcing it without the microphone.
Sunset to Narita with the average time is 1 hour and 1 minute to take off.
We are inside the plane, and it's raining outside. It's a very rainy takeoff. Aircraft engine roar. Sounds so good. This is Airbus, right? It's so bumpy. It's a very rough flight. It's like you're in a roller coaster. We've touched down. That was a rough flight, tell you that. Welcome to Narita.
Thank you for choosing Japan Airlines. We look forward to seeing you again.
Very quiet. There's no taxi and taxiing out and taxiing in our aircraft. We are in Narita Airport, and this is the arrival board. Looks like empty. We're taking the train to the hotel. Tokyo 2020 is definitely happening, and they did not even rename it to Tokyo 2021. Still gonna be Tokyo 2020. So we are going to take the train to the hotel. We're taking this train. Hi, that's me here in Narita train station. We're heading to the hotel. Thank you for traveling with me. I really wanted to show you the situation of the airport. It's still very sad because there's still actually most of the flights, almost 99% of the flights not back yet. Again, thank you for flying with me from Kansai to Narita on this pandemic. For my fellow aviation people who have been out of work like me during this pandemic, and of course financially it's not healthy for us. I know it is taking so long now, but you know, even how bad the situation is, hopes lingers on. Really would appreciate it if you would smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. For the next few days, I will take you along with me here in Tokyo. Again, it will be raining, but we will do something indoor most of the time. Bye!
まもなく2番線にエアポート快速成田スカイアクセス線経由成田空港が到着します。
We are here in Shimbase Station. We are using Asakusa line heading to Narita. That will take 75 minutes from here in Shimbase Station to Narita Airport. We are in a train back to Narita Airport now. After 5 days in Tokyo, situations outside the airport looks so normal. Local trains like this, there are more people. Just like Osaka, when you go to the city, situation is like normal. Except you can tell no tourists, mostly locals or foreigners like me living and working here in Japan. Shops are normally open except that it closes at 8 p.m. Usual tourist area are not crowded. So I went to Edo Tokyo Museum, which is empty. Odaiba's City Car Museums is also good to explore as it is very quiet. Ginza is not very crowded. Even the famous Shinshoji Temple in Asakusa, which was normally filled with tourists and locals, is empty. I had it all for myself, but I had to say though that Shibuya Crossing is still as busy as usual, but not as crazy when the tourists are around. It is when you are on a train to the airport that situations like this hits you, reminding you that this is not normal yet. Hi, we are here in Narita now and we are here in the domestic departure. As you can see, only our flight is operating at the moment. So what I can say is that since the pandemic started, approximately around May, Japan started to stop all the tourism flights or the tourist flights and only accepts those flights with all its citizens, and eventually they also accept those foreigners who lives here in Japan. Up to now, which is already almost a year since May, there's still no tourists coming in. So all we can do is hope that the vaccine works and everyone can start traveling very soon. This is us back in Kansai Airport. We just walked past the international terminal and it is closed because there's no flight on this side of the airport. Initially, this vlog is just intended to show you the current situation of Kansai Airport, hoping that it's already changed, hoping that we are already moving forward. But after what I've seen in Narita, I would say that the situation is still the same. Having said that, I am not complaining. I would like to stress out though that during the pandemic, even up to now, Japan is not so strict with us. I mean, the foreign workers who live in Japan, the residents like us and the locals, we still can travel domestically. But the sad part is, of course, until now, there's still no tourists allowed. As I mentioned, this vlog is very close to my heart because me and my husband and lots of friends works in aviation industry. I mean, a lot of my friends and ex-colleagues have been hit so hard. Before the pandemic starts, we decided to move to Japan for our work. Then the pandemic strikes. We are so fortunate that the Japanese government supported us even though we are just so new here. In comparison with my hundreds of friends or maybe ex-colleagues, until now they're still struggling because of the current situation. I really hope for all of them and for all those aviation people across the world that this pandemic will be over so we can start working again. I'll end the video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Until our next airport exploration.